Hey everybody, how are you? It's Jay Victoria, and I wanted to share this really cool story of something that happened earlier today. I saw something in the energy world that was quite fascinating, and I immediately knew I had to tell you guys about it. So, this is about how the heavenly realms are so connected to our world, and this might be something that you're aware of. Sometimes you'll ask for something and you'll see it, or you'll pray and you'll feel something. And what I saw is hard to explain, but I'm going to explain it the best I can. So I was at St. Patrick's Cathedral here in New York. It's in Midtown. And I went and I was praying the Chaplet of Divine Mercy, which I did a video the other day on how to do that. I'll link that in the description if you'd like to pray it yourself. But I prayed that 3 times in front of you know, a painting of Jesus. And then I went over to Our Lady of Guadalupe. They have this beautiful image of Our Lady of Guadalupe. And I decided, I went and I knelt in front of the image, and there are a bunch of fresh flowers there. It's always nice. And I knelt down, and I was thinking about how the other day I had gone and knelt down and prayed the whole rosary kneeling, which I don't always do because it's like hard sometimes to be kneeling, and it's the 20 minutes, to pray the rosary. But I was kneeling, and even though I'd already prayed a bunch, and even though, I just did it kind of out of respect. I went and I knelt down, and I was even thinking like maybe I'll pray the rosary again too here, and I was just there, and I was sort of just in my imperfection. We're not perfect as humans. We don't know how to be reverent necessarily in the way that these divine beings deserve. It's like we just show up, and we just do our best, and we're just like hi, and we do what we can, and when I was just kneeling there, I was just kind of doing my best. I was just taking a moment to just, say whatever I was gonna say. I just saw this vision of, I don't know who it was, but it was in heaven. It was in one of the heavenly realms. I believe that there's a lot of different levels to heaven because there's a lot of different frequency levels. Like even if you're in positive energy, it can always go up, and it's really infinite. So there are a lot of different like levels and places in heaven, and I saw this place with these 3 guys, and I think they might have been priests or saints. I don't know which or who, but they were kind of dressed kind of priest like, and I saw one of them kind of like acknowledge what I was doing, and kind of like acknowledge and be like, okay, she's trying, and immediately sent me like a positive energy that I felt in that moment. It's like, yeah, I just felt it. So it was such a real feeling. And I realized in that moment that not only, this is why I wanted to share this, because I was like, this is fascinating. Not only are there so many beings in the heavenly realms that are just as real as you and me and watching what we're doing, but they respond to what we're doing. They see what you're doing. They respect what you're doing. They acknowledge what you're doing, even if it's just trying. Like, really, I didn't feel like I was doing anything incredible. I was just showing up and doing what I could. I was just trying. I was just kneeling and taking a moment, really. And to have that vision and to see that that was enough to receive something, it really made me rethink a lot of things about life. Like, all at once. So that's why I wanted to come share this story with you, that, you know, when you pray, that not only are you praying, let's say, to a saint or to Jesus or to God, there's so many other heavenly beings that can help you. There's so many. I mean, I don't even know who those beings were that I saw. I still don't know, but I know that they were watching me, and I know that they were observing me, and I know that they recognized something that I did, and they, you know, decided, yeah, okay, send it to her, whatever that was. And I still don't know what that positive energy was, but I know that it's always good if it's positive energy, and it can really benefit your life. But even to see them confer together was, in that vision, so interesting, that they were watching me and also deciding. And there's something about that too that I want to tell you, that they see your intentions. They see like the things that human beings can't see. They see the battles you go through, and they see the way you persevere, and they see the intention you have. And again, it's not like you have to be perfect. It's not like I didn't feel perfect. I felt actually very human in that moment. It was like, I'm just, you know, with our human body, making myself kneel, and with my human will, you know, taking a moment to do my best. And that was enough to receive something divine is, you know, pretty incredible. So don't discount your ability to invite heavenly treasures into your spirit, into your life, blessings and help. And it's not just spiritual help. It's, when I saw that, I realized, and when I saw it and I felt it immediately, like that was the thing that really freaked me out a little bit. It was like I saw the place in heaven where the blessing came from, and I felt it immediately. And it just made me realize how connected the heavenly and the earthly worlds are. And if they could send you something on the inside, they can also send you something that you can see. They can also move things. And I just was like, oh my God. Like, it's like you look at the whole world differently after that. If they can do things like that quickly, it's just something that we don't see here on earth. We don't know anybody here on earth who can do things like that. So we don't think about it, and we don't realize that that's happening. We don't realize that that's possible. So I really, I want to encourage you to not only pray, but realize that, again, like, your efforts are noticed, and you're probably receiving blessings all the time that you don't know who they're coming from, you don't know where they're coming from, but they're still coming. And I still don't know who those beings were that I saw, but I know that that was real. And I know that they were good, because it was like, you know, clear from the feeling I had and what I was, it all made sense. But like, I want you to know that, like, there's a lot of beings that can help you, and that, again, like, see your efforts. And the other really interesting thing about this was I didn't ask for help from them. I don't know who they were. It was just a recognition of the effort I was making. So, like, when you make an effort to do good on earth, whatever it is, when you make an effort to, maybe it's to pray and give reverence to God or Mary or Jesus, or, you know, to ask for help, and whatever that is, or you do a kind deed and nobody sees, or you maybe even just do small things like taking care of your pets, or you know, doing the dishes, or just small things that you might feel like nobody sees and nobody knows. I want you to know that there's a whole heavenly realm that can see you, and that I believe you do get blessings from doing good here on earth. And to feel it so instantly too is really incredible. And so I just wanted to speak about that to you, and also remind you that the physical world may look and feel so solid to us. It may look and feel so real and physical and like unchangeable, but seeing something like that reminded me that the world is made of atoms, and when you actually look at the atoms, there's really just space, and really nothing exists, that's around us scientifically, you know, proven. It's all basically looks very solid and is very convincing, but when you really get down to it, it's not. It's all very malleable and changeable, and it's not as unchangeable as it might seem, especially for the heavenly realms, because they can snap their finger and something changes here, and I think some of the process of being human, a lot of it probably is learning how to do to do the thing that I'm talking about, to invite the help, to have a relationship with that realm while you're alive, I think is really special and smart, and to live a better life in communion, in conjunction, and communication with the heavenly realm. It's like, if anything, if you're getting anything from this video, I hope it's understanding that you can talk to them, you can ask for help, and there's a lot of beings, a lot, and I believe they do help, and they will, and have an open mind about how they help. Have an open mind about yeah, like they can really see what's right. I think we want things, but like they can really see what you need, or they can really see what will help you. But just really have way more of an open communication with the realm, because wow, it is so real. It was just really cool to see that. So I hope you enjoyed this, and yeah.